back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last part of this week's series, brought to you by Improv Gaming, at youtube.com/Improv Gaming.
You didn't do the www.
No, I didn't do the
Something
www.
must be terribly, terribly wrong.
Something must be terribly, terribly wrong.
In this world.
As always, I'm joined by three of my favorite cohorts. Their favorite cohorts. Three? That's right. Me, myself, and I.
Fuck
Equal,
you, fuck you.
Equals
no,
one.
Fuck you,
Which adds to do so 3.
Two of my favorite cohorts.
And my imaginary friend.
And my imaginary friend, Slimer.
Slimer?
Yeah.
Slimer.
From Ghostbusters?
Yes, from Ghostbusters.
Fuck yeah.
Because he's a ghost, so nobody can see him except for me.
You excited for Ghostbusters?
No.
I am.
No. Absolutely not.
I am.
Absolutely not.
That looks really good.
No, I'm not excited.
Are you going to see it by yourself?
Probably.
To my far left, I have the biggest Zelda fan in the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. Jeremy Bird and his Master Sword.
God damn it. What's up,
That's
ladies and
gonna be a
gentlemen?
thing.
That's probably going to be a
Biggest
That's gonna
Zelda
be a
fan in the
thing.
world coming
I
at
thought
you
that-
once again.
I was thinking that after I had my strawberry refresher, and I was like,
Yes.
I have to say something about the Master Sword. I was like, check out the size of his Master Sword. One day I'm just going to get a Master Sword and hold it up.
And to my direct left, I have the host with the most, Mr. I'm Wondering himself, the man with the fedora, Peter Anderson.
I got way too many dudes.
You've got way too many, dude.
I got way too many dudes?
Yeah, way too many, dude.
Yeah.
There's a comma in there.
I really thought you said too many dudes. I was like, I know. I got my dudes.
You need another refresher so your brain can function.
Yeah.
I have a headache right now.
For me?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just think
Maybe it's Jeremy wanting to see Ghostbusters.
it might be. Like maybe that throws like the first headache was what he said earlier before we started recording. Or like that was like the beginning, and then like him going, "Oh no, I'm excited for Ghostbusters!" Like just like threw my brain into overload.
Cannot
Like,
compute.
I thought I
Cannot
knew.
compute.
I thought I knew him. I'm losing a friend.
I'll forgive you.
And I have the most fabulous ponytail in the
World.
In the business.
Business.
in the business, not the world. Although I might. I'm Nicholas De Jesus. How's it going tonight, ladies and gentlemen? And before we get started, here's a thought. I think the time has come for much
That's not Japanese.
darker themes in mainstream games. I think that Valiant Hearts did a very good job of bringing about dark themes, but it was very subtext inside of Valiant Hearts. You know, like you didn't necessarily have to read between the lines, but you saw the story play out, and it was a very dark theme overall, even though the experience necessarily wasn't dark. But I'm talking about very dark themes coming to mainstream games.
See, that's why I would think Life is Strange. And I know you guys might hate on me because I bring it up. But it was such a very dark game. Like, if you really think the decisions, and especially at the end, what she had to make and what she had to go through, it was a very dark thing, which is why I think I gravitated towards it, because I was like, it's something different. I even said here on the Gamescast and to you guys as well, I was like, this game, like, it's not like the Telltale, Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us and all that. I was like, it's different. It's got that unique, like, dark atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's great.
Like I think what's wasted on the Call of Duty is that Call of Duty has a lot of dark things going on in the game, but I think it's wasted on that because you get a yearly release, so everybody's numb to it. I'm talking like seriously dark themes, like what you experience in Life is Strange, but in a mainstream game, in a game that's right out there in front of everybody's face. Like Grand Theft Auto, I don't think would ever go to where Life is Strange went.
No, of course not.
But they have some very controversial topics.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about controversy. Who cares about controversy, right? I'm talking more about very dark things, things that make you uncomfortable and uneasy. I think the time has come now where games have to evolve past that next point and really push the envelope in terms of telling a story through an art form. You know, everywhere else has gone there, right? We have movies that are very dark. We have music that's very dark that can be very dark. We have artwork that's supposed to represent things that are very dark.
All the other medias.
All the other medias have
movies,
done it.
TV, all this stuff has all done it except for really the games that
And
adapted. Yes.
you know, games have never really pushed the boundary. And you see these indie developers that are starting to push the boundary, but I think what's needed in gaming is something to really question the world.
Well, and I'm just saying as an example, I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I really think God of War could be that dark game.
It could.
Because it's him basically slaughtering his family, having the ashes, going through on a rampage to just kill everybody to get in their way just so he can find his sanity. And in the end, just beating the crap out of these gods and being like, I need to be... It's basically a man dealing with the guilt of killing his wife and daughter and basically going psychopathically through the gods and destroying basically all of the world just to forgive his sins and what he's done, even though it can never be forgiven.
Yeah.
You like that, didn't you?
I do like
Okay,
that.
what?
I do like that. I got you. And that's why we need a God of War sequel.
God of War.
Like we talked about in our last episode at www.youtube.com/improvgaming.
He just does that to piss me off.
If you didn't know, this is the greatest games cast. Jesus. See, now you're screwing this up.
You can restart.
If you didn't know, this is the greatest games cast in all of Albion, all of the Mushroom Kingdom, and all the past, present, and future locations in the Assassin's Creed series. We're three friends. Stop it. You're ruining this. Jesus Christ. We're three friends who enjoy talking about video games, and we bring you episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We also honor you with Let's Plays every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we'll bring you the biggest news in gaming from time to time. Also share some streaming events with you. And if that sounds like something that you might enjoy, be sure to share our beautiful faces with your beautiful friends. Now, on to the topic at hand.
Bravo! Bravo!
I'm very proud of you.
Did I actually do that?
Yeah.
Did I really?
Close.
Was it pretty damn close to it?
Yeah.
I missed the 1UP News series.
Yeah. No, well, you got
Biggest news in
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah.
You know what I felt right there? It was like you're my son bringing your first A+ paper, but it's not so much an A+, but a B+. But we still put it on the fridge.
It's like my first macaroni drawing.
Yeah.
Put on the refrigerator.
What the fuck is that? It's a house, Dad.
It's a rocket ship. It looks like a penis. Put it on the fridge.
And then mom walks in. Is that a penis?
What the hell are those two round things on the bottom? They look like balls, son. No, they're engines. Yes, they are, son. Back on the fridge.
Now on to the topic at hand. Our regrettable backlogs. And by this, I mean that we all want to play every game that people put out there.
But we proved that you can't play every new game in a year.
We scientifically proved through the scientific method of sitting out here and pondering on a thesis that you cannot play every single game.
No.
And there are some games out there that you get very excited to play, but you never get around to get into them. Or there are some games out there that you didn't even think about playing, and you find out that they're amazing.
Yeah.
And now
Life
they're on
is
your
strange.
and now they're on your backlog. And now you can't find the time to play these games, or you're never going to be able to play these games. So you regret putting them on your backlog, or you regret that they're sitting on your backlog. Today, we talk about those games.
Would you like to start?
Please.
Why was that written in there anyway?
Well, I will say that when I go. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead first.
Hello. My name is Peter. No.
Hi.
So, what I tend to see happen is that I'll have a lull in games, and then I'll be able to do a bunch of my backlog. But I feel such a diverse category of how many games I like. The only things I stay away from are real-time strategy and racing games. Well, patent pending with racing games, but RTS you will never see me really play. So
what if there was an RTS that blew everybody away? Would you play it?
I would try it. Like Halo Wars 2 intrigues me, but not that much to actually play it. even like Ratchet and Clank, if they came out with a Ratchet and Clank, I'd be like, I need something to like really like
Sink your teeth into.
sink something like, give me like the Civil War, give me like a war,
Something history.
yeah, something with history with a good story, you know. But so
Like Age of Civilizations or Age of Empires.
is that good now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So let me point out an example right now. My buddy just played Evil Within, and
Not me.
I know, and he loved the game, and he said it's his new favorite horror game of all time. And what I did was I said, you know, I've always really been interested. I want to play this game. Let me just watch watch somebody play it. And I watched. I said, wow, this really looks interesting. I would really like to get into this. But then there comes the point where I was like, can I fit it in? You know, and when it first came out, I was interested, but it went to the wayside. You know, look at this, Fallout 4. I was very willing to try it, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have yet to play it because there was just so many other games going on. I've been busy with The Division, and then while this video's up, I'll be in Quantum Break, and right after Quantum Break, I'm going to go right into Uncharted, and then right after Uncharted, I'm going to go into Doom. Once I get done with Doom, I'm probably going to finally go back to Ratchet and Clank, because it comes out April 12th. But I have all these games, I'm like, when am I going to play Evil Within? That's why, when I was doing Life is Strange, and I was telling you guys this as well, and I know I've been talking a lot about Life is Strange today, but indulge me for a moment. When I was going to play the first episode, and I was like, okay, I'll play the first episode, play this game, come back, play the second episode. It caught me, and I was like, if I don't play this all right now, I'll lose my experience. And I went through it, and I did not regret it at all. And if not, I know that if I just went on, I would still be on like episode 3, episode 4. That's what happened with me with the Game of Thrones from Telltale. I would play episode 1, then episode 2 would come out after a little bit, then I would not care as much. I was like, oh, episode 6 out? When did that come out? 2 weeks ago? Oh, I better put it and play it soon. Then I finally played it, I was like, you know, I remember loving this game a couple episodes ago, and now it just falls to the wayside. So I regret not playing some of these games that, like, I really wanted to play Evil Within. I really wanted to play Fallout 4. But I don't see me anytime soon coming back to them because there's just so much stuff ahead. And to come back and be like, okay, this is Evil Within, alright. This was made 3 years ago. Okay, you could tell the graphics and the textures and, you know, the load times, you could see they're different, you know? And it's just, it's tough. It's tough because even, my last thing I'll say is, you let me borrow your GameCube.
Yeah.
How, you would say about 6 months ago? Roughly 5-6 months ago?
Yeah.
I played
3 games? 2 games?
I played one game, Luigi's Mansion, and that game was short, was it not? I really wanted to get into Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and I have been, but it's not like
Not top of the list.
it's not top of the list, and I wanted to play Metroid, and the stack is just saying it. Even Sunshine, I was playing Sunshine, and then something came out, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm more excited for, and then Sunshine gets booted to the side, and you remember, because I was playing that, I was like, you know, I'm really enjoying this concept, it's a cool idea, and then shit's to bed.
Yep.
So I'm worried because now hearing again with Evil Within being so goddamn great, saying that, you know, Resident Evil 4, probably one of my favorite horror games, you know, Until Dawn, a great horror game, you know, these games I keep very high on my list. So if I can have something with Evil Within and watching the Let's Play that another channel did, to see how good of a game it looks like just with the beginning 30 minutes, I'm like, do I want to like put everything aside and then come back and play this? And it's regrettable because I know in the end Quantum Break's going to come out, I'm going to be enthralled with Quantum Break, and I'm going to be like, this is a great game. Oh, Uncharted's a week away, I can't get Evil Within. Play Uncharted. Oh, now Doom's coming out, and it will just go, and eventually it will be something where you can't find it in stores, or it's going to be just so old that you're going to be used to these new high-performing games that when you go back, you're just like, meh. When I played last thing, and then I'll let you guys go, the Escape Plan. I know I've been rambling, but I really wanted to talk about it. I feel like Nick right now. This is you right now.
No. I'm angry when I do it.
Yes, I'm very calm.
Yeah, you're very calm.
Escape Plan. It came out a number of years ago, and I finally played it this year, and I was just like, oh, this was a great game. I said, and I think it would have been even better if I played it a couple years ago. But I played it right after I played Witcher 3, which you guys know I love.
Yeah.
And obviously 2 different games, but it's also something where it's like, ooh, Helldivers, that's a cool game. And it's the same concept, but Helldivers had so much more than Escape Plan did that I'm like, man, if only Escape Plan was now. So I worry with Evil Within that after playing something like Until Dawn, that I'm like, it won't live up to this expectation of how great it is. Some do. Me replaying Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, I remember how much I love this fucking game. But it's a tough...
That's an interesting point that you make that brings up another question in my mind. How long does something sit in your backlog before you give up on it?
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Right? Like I could name a lot of things, or maybe I couldn't name a lot of things, but I could imagine that there's a lot of things that if you reminded me that they exist, I'm like, oh man, I gotta play that game, but I'm never gonna play that game. Like, have I given up on that game?
Transistor. It was a PlayStation Plus 3 game. People raved about Transistor. I was like, you know what? It's gonna be there. I'm gonna play it. And after a while, I said, I'm not gonna play this game, and I ended up deleting it from just my menu because I'm like, it's just gonna sit there, and I'm gonna be like, oh, today's the day. The game that I ended up just playing on a whim, and then I'm trying to think of the game that grabbed me that I didn't expect. And I just go, you know what? I'm gonna just play this game. I'm trying to remember. Bear with me for a second.
Number one?
Dust?
Dust.
No. Do I want to say Gone Home? I think it was Gone Home, where I got it, and then I was gonna wait a couple of days. I said, if I don't play this now, it's just gonna sit there. And Gone Home was a great game, but it's something where I know that if I didn't play it in that short span, it would have been gone.
Yeah.
I feel like more of the indie has a less time to keep me in thawed than a retail. With the retail, I tend to buy disc-based games, so it's sitting staring me in the face unless I give it back. But with a digital or an indie game, I could be like, all right, you know what? I'll just not download. I'll download this later and get to it, and just never do. Like, I'm telling you right now, Nick, if I didn't go on my phone to the PlayStation Network app, I don't know why I'm putting that. If I didn't go there and actually manually do the demo,
never would have.
I would have thought about it, but I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Never get back to it. And then, like I said, the thing will happen where Uncharted comes out, Doom comes out, and then I'll be like, well, you know what? Now it's not even worth getting because it's so old now.
Yeah, but the game's probably out already.
Yeah, the game's already out, and I'm like, why play the demo when the game's right here?
You gotta let me know what you feel about the demo when you play it.
Well, you enjoyed it, right? You said.
I just want to get your opinion on it because you didn't get a feel for it. You got to see me play it, so.
I'm interested in that last fight. I really want to see how I.
But I want to see what you say about, and you too, Jeremy.
Definitely.
So download the demo. I want to see what your take is.
Got it.
Download the demo. I want to see what your take is on the control scheme and all that stuff, like the feel of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, and as well as Jeremy, we'll tell you next week for our Wisp series.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So make sure you check into that, and you can see what we think. And you can also check out Nick and all of us watching Nick play Final Fantasy VII here on www.
Final Fantasy 15.
What did I say?
7.
Final Fantasy 15. I really just wanted to do that. www.youtube.com/. But I digress. I've been talking a lot. Thank you. I passed the baton to one of you gentlemen.
I don't know, Jeremy. What's on your backlog that you regret?
Okay, for a while it was Arkham Knight.
Okay.
I beat it. Here's what happened. The game came out. I played it for a month straight, and then I picked it. I can't remember what game came out, but I picked it up, and
Thank you.
this other game came out, and I started playing the hell out of that. And then probably a month and a half went by, and I'm like, shit, I haven't finished Arkham Knight. So literally, I'm like, I can't think of what game it was, but I'm just like, this game is so good, but I have to finish Arkham Knight. And then literally, I'm like, all right, I'll play this today, and then I'll finish Arkham Knight tomorrow. I got up the next day, I put the game I was playing in, and I'm like, nope, I gotta do Arkham Knight, switch it out. But I'm like,
See, but that begs the problem, which is also why mine becomes a backlog, is if I play a game and then get sidetracked, I forget about the story, then I just go, well, I don't want to restart the game, And I was like, well, I'm just gonna maybe one day I will, and then it just never.
See,
happens.
I find that happens, but then I get into the game and everything starts jogging my memory. And I go, okay, okay, I remember. All right, I get it. All right,
Okay.
yeah. Like I'll be like, all right, what the fuck was going on? And then like I'll start playing. Oh yeah, that's right, that happened, and it'll start to cue into my memory. I think games are really good about that more than anything else. Is that things really start to like come right back to you whenever you start to play the games again.
I did like Far Cry Primal. Well, the game was alright, but every time you went into it, it gave a review of what you did. It's like, hey, this was the last main mission you really did to affect the story. You had to do this. This is what you did. You took out this guy. This is where we're at. And it's cool because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember taking down that tribe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember stealing this artifact. I remember, and it helps. That's what I love. I wish that games had that more. Like, especially Arkham Knight does it to an extent with the stills, but to actually have a video recap of like a couple big events definitely makes a big difference.
I think that games are going in that direction because they realize that gamers do need that in order to reintroduce them into the game when they come back to it. But I find that I don't need that. I enjoy it, but I find that I really don't need that.
Well,
because
you're the youngest one out of all of us. So.
But what I find interesting is.
You heard that too?
Yes. What I find interesting.
No.
What I find interesting. Now he's gonna like freaking spit water all over everything.
Ruin the computer and everything. But.
What I find interesting is that when you're playing a game, there's a lot of muscle memory involved. So once your muscles get to moving, all of a sudden you start to remember a lot of things that are going on in the game. Some of the games that are on my backlog that I haven't played, Battlefront. I haven't played that, and that's on my backlog. Even though everybody's like talking about how.
Oh, that's when your buddy came on.
Yeah. Everybody talks about how like it's a short-lived game, so you're not gonna really enjoy it for very long. Still want to play it just so I can get the experience that everybody else got.
And we'll give you your experience, episode 41 of the Improv Games Cast. I don't know if that's right. 41 sounds right.
Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
Yes,
that one.
I agree. But I know I'll never go to that.
Yeah, but I'm a Borderlands fanatic, so I want to go to that.
You don't have it, do you?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
The big one I have was Xenoblade Chronicles X. I got it for Christmas. I played it for.
You were so excited about it.
I played it for about 2 hours, and then I'm like, why don't I give Battlefront a shot? God damn, did I pay for that one, and it's still sitting on my pile how many months later? So
Fallout 4. And I know I played it, but the reason I've been afraid to go back to it, and I think I've told you guys this, is that I'm afraid of it engulfing my life. So I'm afraid of playing it, but I'm regretting every decision that I'm making.
You gotta finish your wisp first.
Yeah. And Until Dawn, because I only got a taste of that.
You don't have it either, right?
Yeah, I don't have
that.
it.
I have to lend you.
Yeah.
Remind me.
Yeah.
I gotta.
That one I gotta play because that one I
want to get your reaction.
I only got a brief taste of that, so I didn't get to really delve into it. And I hear that it's so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are a couple of my titles. I would say Dying Light, but I got tired of it when I was playing it. I was just like.
That's the thing. I enjoyed it, but.
It was tiring. I just couldn't do it anymore.
I was a stickler for I had to finish the game. I started, no matter how bad it sucked, I had to finish it. I'm trying to learn that games really don't control how we are. That's why Metal Gear, I was hating. I was like, you know what? I'm not ready to put fucking 50, 60 hours into this game.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I was like, I couldn't. It was not a Metal Gear game for me, and we had this discussion. Yeah. But, backlog. You're always gonna have a backlog, and I don't think you'll ever clear out your backlog. And if you do, you have way too much time.
Way too much time. You need to get a life.
But
unless your life is gaming, in which case, congratulations.
Yeah, you did it.
You did it.
But no, will I play Evil Within? I'm gonna try to fit in it. If I can, I'll make you guys this promise. If I could beat Quantum Break,
I can learn it to you.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it.
For PS4?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll probably see what the game can do. Now, if I can finish Quantum Break within a week to 2 weeks, that will give me 3 weeks before Uncharted 4. And I would feel comfortable with beating Evil within 4 weeks. 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
If I can't beat Quantum Break because I don't have the time or whatever the case may be within the 2 weeks, then I'll probably not be able to play it.
Well, here's one I'll also give you. So I'm about halfway through Twilight Princess HD, and I got Pokken Tournament yesterday. So now I'm worried that game's gonna end up sitting in my pile. Even though I've beaten that game, even though I've beaten Twilight Princess HD, Twilight Princess for the Wii, I want to experience the full HD remake because this is like my first HD remake for Nintendo. Well, other than a couple other games, but
I will wait.
I don't have that yet. I didn't play Wind Waker HD.
Oh, so
No, but like I said, I'll play Pokken. I gotta get myself off Pokken Tournament because I don't want Twilight Princess HD to sit there for months.
How is Pokken Tournament?
Wait.
You gotta wait until next week.
Yeah.
I was like,
I have to wait till next week.
Yep. You have to wait until next week,
You'll see.
where we will be talking about our Wisp series. Why you should play.
Why you should play.
Why you
Oh,
should
I thought you
play.
were saying the games, and now it's like, and then you're just like.
Pete's gonna be starting us off with Quantum Break, highly anticipated game that I think we're both very interested in playing.
I'm playing Pokken Tournament. Like
Jeremy is going to let you know how he feels about Pokken Tournament. He's been playing it
Excessively, it sounds like.
excessively, which is a good sign of things to come. And I will let you know my feelings on. See you next week on Friday.
Son of a bitch.
Sounds like good. So any last thing on regarding any backlog games? Do we have one that we're so pissed at, but you know you'll never play? Like one game that just escaped us, like where you wanted to play and you had all this anticipation on playing.
Shadow of the Colossus. Until I started doing this show with you guys, I didn't even know that game existed. And apparently it's like the biggest deal in gaming ever.
You still haven't.
And I've never played it.
You really have.
Me, give me a minute. I gotta go back to my 360 log.
I would have to say the one I regret the most, that I've only heard wonderful fucking things about, was KOTOR. Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars.
KOTOR.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's an RPG, but it looks so good with the choices and everything, and I always wanted to play that, and it's one that I know I will never play.
Yeah.
Am I upset about it? Yes. Will I still continue to live? Yes, but it will always be in the back of my mind where I just go,
Missed that one.
missed that one. And it had so many great reviews. But if, like I said, if I go back to it now, night and day now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be night and day. That came
Although the experience of seeing where everything today comes from might
Yeah.
still
be
be
there.
entertaining.
Well, that,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
was the beginning of the Mass Effect, I feel. Like
Yeah,
the choices you could
Well,
have.
that was the prequel to Mass Effect. It kind of was. Well,
Not
for
the prequel.
For BioWare,
Yeah.
that was what led them.
I thought you meant Star Wars was actually the
No.
prequel, then
No.
Mass Effect came, and that's
No.
really in
No.
a galaxy far, far away.
No.
Right now, I'll say for one that I'm probably gonna miss is Halo 5 because I don't have an Xbox yet. I'm worried.
Yeah, that'll go into your
It's gonna go into my games I'm never gonna play
Yeah.
unless I can get an Xbox.
in your
Right.
dusty cabinet.
It is quite dusty.
It is.
What are we talking about? Anyway, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, game on.
Pat, pat, pat. I said the heart of fucking drums to beat.